Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Kamen Rider Hibiki. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, Hibiki? Hibiki? Hi Bikey. So there you go, hi Bikey. That's what we're doing. Because he likes to ride his bike. Okay, I know that's not it, but I also don't know exactly how to say it, so Hibiki? 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 I'm doing it all over again. I'm doing the exact same thing. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Hibiki? Okay, for real this time. Serious this time. Okay, just kidding. I know. Alright, so anyway, back to the drawing. For real, I'm going to get to the drawing. So, I'm trying to go for... he's holding his flaming batons? Is that right? Again, I don't know much, so I'm kind of going by pictures. And in some of the pictures, he's got these batons that he holds, and they are on fire. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. Let's see, so let me look at a model real fast. I know this is not a baton, but okay, got it. So the greatest thing you have is yourself as a model. So if you need to look in the mirror every now and then, do what you gotta do. Don't feel bad about it. And I'm looking at a digital screen, so it's reflective. So I can use that as a mirror every now and then. Because what I usually do is, I'll just talk about this process. I just love talking about the process. What I usually do is find pictures of the actual characters, and then from those details do the pose, that kind of thing. So where I'm going with this is, yeah, I look at digital pictures and then come up with how they would look in that pose. Okay. Let's see. And I know they're kind of like faces or something. I don't know, but they're gonna be on fire. I'm not worried about it. And this one should go pretty smoothly because it's mostly suit, but there's no face. He's got his little invisi-face kind of thing. So I don't have to worry too much about that detail. I do have to worry about his chest detail. Like this. And okay, so then I talk about that too. I always talk about the process of always try to get the pose down first, and then you can add the details. So I got the pose down, I got the positioning, and so now I'm adding all the extra stuff. Got these weird... Every time I say weird, I don't mean to insult it by saying it's strange. It's just strange to me, so I call it weird. But he's got this weird... there we go again. He's got this weird, what do you call them? Shackles, right? I guess is what they are. But yeah, so that's just kind of like its armor, and that's it, you know. Okay, I'm pretty close to being ready, because I'm going to stretch this leg out just a little bit more. Came out a little squattier than I wanted, so let me just redo that real fast. And I think it looks a little more dynamic too if I extend this leg out. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay, so there you go. So I think that's about it for the sketch. I think I can move on to the Sharpie for the rest of the detail, because I got the positioning, I got the placement, and now I can add the detail. So let's welcome everybody that skipped over to the Sharpie portion. All right, let's angle this back like that. Perfect. There we go. That's what it needed. All right, so let me erase some of these sketches, because I threw a lot of sketch down, a lot of lines down trying to find positioning, and I don't need them all. I just need the confidence lines. So the more confident I got, the harder I press with my lines, and those are going to erase. It takes more pressure to erase those, and I'm not applying as much. I'm just applying enough just to get rid of some of that sketch. Okay, I think that'll work. Okay, so let's welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. What's left, I've erased a lot, but what's left is just a faint ghost of an image that I could use to guide me in this drawing. So I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen, because I can control the line widths much better. And I talked about this in the sketch. He doesn't have a face. He's just got like the glowing face behind the mask type thing. So I'm just gonna go straight in with this detail and just start playing around with it. So I'm following my sketch, so these lines aren't willy-nilly. These lines are specifically planned. So I'm gonna do the middle of his face, kind of like this. That's where his eyes are gonna be, I guess. And then I'm gonna come in and kind of make points like that, and then build around it. So for the side of his head here, I'm going to go over like this, and then for the other side, we're going to go ahead, because his head's kind of turned a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Do something like that. This side will be connected as one piece, but this side isn't, because it's just the side of his face. There we go. Now, I'm going to start to sharpen, thicken up the outer edges as I'm going. I'm not going to do every single part right now, but I'm going to thicken it up as I'm going, because once I switch over to this big Sharpie, it's a lot bigger, a lot fatter. So I'm going to match what's going to happen, but you'll see, you'll see. Okay, so for his nose type area, we're going to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other side too, just to make sure I've got it balanced for where what it's going to look like. Again, make kind of a point. Come in and do that. Try not to bleed into each other. And come down and wrap around to the side of his face like this. Okay. And we'll go ahead, we'll finish up this side, then we'll work our way back that way. So for his mouth, it's going to be kind of a little jaw there, little fangs up, kind of like that. Go ahead and put a line down the center. And let's see, that's going to have a line too, so we can actually draw a center part with that. Come in like this. defining a few things. And then again, it's supposed to be connected, but ours isn't because of the side that it's angled at. So we're just going to make pieces like this. Now again, I'm going to start to thicken up some of this just to prepare for what's going to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to work my way to the other side. Now the other side, or here, let's do this horn real fast so you see where we are. So I'm going to do this center, like little monster thing that's on his face. And it's hard for me to see what it is. I mean, I can only go by pictures. So I'm going to kind of make up something. Okay, so that's kind of over the center of his head and his little forehead. And we'll build off of this. And it's going to wrap around to the back of his head, but I'm going to draw the little horn right here. And again, I'm thickening the outside. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'm doing it because I know what this other Sharpie is going to look like. And I guess we'll go ahead and do the other horn over here too. So we'll have some cohesiveness. Start to build, you know? Alright. So the top of his head, let's see, he's gonna have, this is gonna go back like this. I'm gonna show the top like that. I'm gonna go ahead, it's like piping, so I'm gonna close that off, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side too. So it's gonna come over here, close that off. And remember, I am following a sketch, so I'm not just throwing them down wherever I want. It's designed. It's planned. Okay, and then this one's going to wrap around here like this. All right, so now I'm going to start to work on this other side of his face. So, like this one's going to come over here and disappear to the top of his head. So I'm going to come over here and do that. And instead of cutting it off, I'm going to come right back down to form this one right here. So I'm going to come up here. Then I know where the head is going to end, so that's why I'm stopping right there. Now I'm going to draw this part. All right. So once I did that, I can do like I did here. Come in a little bit, come down. Back, and that's going around his head, so we're going to go ahead and close that off. And this is where it connects to his head right there. Come around, bring it around town. Come in here, kind of do one of those. So that's, you know, making it all the same. Oops, too many lines there, too many lines. I'm getting excited. All right, so again, like the jaw there, we're going to bring it all the way down. Come over here and go ahead and connect it there. And did you see how I didn't draw up to that line? I felt like it went down here, so I brought the line back down to it. That's a good thing I like to teach you, that don't let your past dictate your future. If you feel you gotta make a change, do it. Go crazy. Okay, so again, like I said, just thickening up these outer edges. And if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. Like I said, I'm just doing it because I know how it's going to look. Alright, so I think that's pretty good for the head, because the inside face is going to be taken care of with Sharpie, with color, so I don't have to worry about this anymore. I'm going to move on to the rest of his body. So, I've got his arms up, he's holding his baton, this one's up and this one's out, so that means this shoulder is going to be a little higher, and when you raise your shoulder, it lifts up. Or raise your arm, your shoulder lifts up, okay? So, I'm gonna go ahead and draw his shoulder up like this. Okay, that's how high it is, that's how high up it is. And then I'm going to work on his neck piece here. And I just wanted to define this first because it's gonna be in front of the shoulder, or the shoulder's in front of it. So I just wanted to add that detail real quick so I don't draw through it. And I know it's a very specific look to it, so that's what I'm trying to do as close as I can, even though I'm not going to be able to draw every single little detail. Like that, okay? And it's coming around his chest like this, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the little pieces. that. Same thing over here. And again, this is all planned, so I kind of did that according to my sketch, so that's why I kind of made it, oops, I don't need a pencil. That's why I kind of made it a little bit smaller to plan or to follow the detail. Now I'm connecting it all. And I'm going to add some detail into that in a second too. Okay, so for this part, I'm just kind of gonna do some mech work. Just kind of thinking like, okay, this has got a point here. We're gonna come down there. We're gonna do something like that, and adding what would look like if it has some kind of mech detail, mechanical detail, you know. But not too much because, you know, I don't want to take away from it by drawing all these crazy lines where it doesn't look like it's mechanical anymore. But we're gonna just add a little bit of detail just to make it stand out. Okay. Let's see, that I can not worry about. Don't worry about that. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. So because his arm is raised, we're gonna go ahead and we've got start-stop points, so we know where we're gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and draw his chest, or his arm from his chest up like this. Okay. Let me just double check all these joints because he's got a lot of them all over the place. All right, looks good. So I'm going to draw his armor, kind of something like this. That's where it's all bent and lifted for his arm being up like that. And I'm going to draw the elbow into the arm piece. Now, his arm piece, it's got this flared up. I should probably do it with the smaller Sharpie before I start going crazy with that. Here, let's just do this. I'm gonna do like that. Come up here and do this. And keep going up. And then he's got that cool, like a bracelet type thing. And I'm gonna add the detail in with that, with the smaller Sharpie too. Okay, so there, I made some adjustments. We're gonna do a few things here. So we're gonna catch up with the stretches, the creases and folds. Wow, it's my favorite thing, and I forgot the name of it. My brain's just not working today. All right, so like I did here, I want to just accent this little raised style thing he's got on his cuff. Okay, so for the little, he's got like teeth. That's what I was gonna call them. Like, it looks like teeth. So I'm just gonna do this. I mean, it's not perfect, but it exemplifies the look of the joint that's in there. Okay, so now I'm going to draw his hand, and he's pretty much just like holding his baton. I can't even show you because the way my hand is, I'm not facing the same way he is. So basically, oops, I don't have my Sharpie here. Let me also get a good picture of his batons, make sure that I've got it right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little bit of the handle here, and then his finger is wrapped over it. So, let's see, the back of it's going to be here, like that. And then his fingers are going to be wrapped over, so his hand's going to be like this. I got it kind of pointed up, so let me straighten this out a little bit. So it's going to be going down, so I'm going to put one finger over, straight over like that, and then let's see, I changed the angle of it. I did have it going down, now I kind of have it going across, so I'm just going to make up for that. That's no big deal. Let's just, I'm going to draw the end of it like that, and then the other piece we're going to try to eyeball just going straight across. And I'm going to stop for the fire. So before I draw the head part, I just want to let's draw the thumb real quick. Ooh, I got to draw the top of the fingers, huh? Like that. And he's got like a little hand piece over it like this. He's got a little protector on the back of his hand. This. just because I got him holding it kind of odd the way. I had to redraw it because I didn't quite do it exactly the way I wanted, but I'm gonna make up for that. Okay. And so I'm just gonna kind of accent the digits of the finger like that to make it over the handle here. Alright, so I'm going to add like fire, like flames. So to do that, I'm just going to do something a little crazy by just drawing like something like this. I'm going to come out here and do that. And I'm doing it with the tinier Sharpie because I want just to accent that it's fire, it's flame, it's not a hard edge like a piece of armor or the weapon. You know, I just want it just to be like kind of a piece that's just kind of floating off, and we're just kind of flick some licks of flames just kind of off it like that. Okay. All right. So let's do this other arm out. And this one, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a little bit of a neck. We don't have to do much in there because he's got. My Sharpie dying? What's going on here? Because he's got the neck piece that's kind of accenting that right there. And you know what? This is a shoulder piece. This is a piece of armor. So I'm going to go ahead and close it off. Like that. So we see that it is a separate piece. So same thing. I'm going to do one over here, but this one's more down because his shoulder is lower. Add that little accented piece like that. And so same thing, I'm going to draw his arm. Ooh, this Sharpie is dying. Like this. Let's see, there's his bicep coming in like this. And I'm going to draw the cool little accent pieces like I was talking about. So, but I'm not going to draw through them. I'm going to do it with a smaller Sharpie. So, there's that. Coming up here, do another one like that. Come up to the wrist piece. This, close it off. I'm going to go ahead and draw those edges so I know where I am. Then come back with the smaller Sharpie and add some extra detail. Okay, so again, creases and folds. And I like drawing in the material like that, drawing that it's got bumps and folds in it because it's cloth. You know, it's not armor like that right there. Okay. Alright, so what did I do here? I did just like a jaggedy teeth looking thing like this. It looks more like bullets too now that I'm looking at it. Or maybe it is teeth. I don't know. I'm just going by what I think I see. Alright. Okay, so same thing. We're going to draw this hand now. Pointed out like that. Okay, so I'm going to draw this edge of the hand up here like this, the thumb down, because it's going to be holding everything. Woo! Just off on my hands today, so I can fix some of that. Same thing. The baton is kind of over, so I'm going to draw the edge of it like that, and then I'm going to wrap the fingers around. So this one's around. You can barely see that. You can see more of it on this one, more of it on this one, but then the pinky's a little smaller, so that's all you can see on that one, okay? And then, so the baton's out like that. I'm gonna follow what I was doing, and just kind of eyeball it. Oops, I'm gonna add that extra piece like I did over there. Eyeball it, and then I'm gonna add the flame on that too. Hand looks a little weird, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. You know, not exactly perfect. But I can live with it. I'm happy with that. Okay. I'm gonna connect anything that's not connected. Then I'm going to add the flame like we did before, and I'm just going to do the same thing, just kind of a idea of fire. Is basically all I'm really doing, you know? Okay, so just something like that, just to show that it's got some flames in it. Okay, all right. So let's draw his chest, and now it's pretty much just armor down, you know. So we're gonna come in like that. So I'm gonna extend that out a little bit because it just seems thin, you know. All right. Let's see. So he's got his armor piece. I'm just gonna find a good front picture. Okay, so you can see his pecs, something like this. You can see, let's see, like a what are those called? Like your abs. You can see kind of an ab-looking design like that. But yeah, like I said, it's mostly armor, you know. So it's not something I really should be putting a lot of hard edges on, because color can take care of it. So for his belt, we're going to go ahead and draw a big circular part, and then it's connected and going off like this. Like that. Then it's connected by edge like this. And then I'll be honest with you, I don't know what everything else is, because he's got the toy, you know. I'm not going to draw the centerpiece. I'm going to let color take care of that. But everybody is a toy, you know. Everybody's got their whatever, and I can't tell what his is. So I don't know what those are that are hanging off. I'll try to do something, but again, I'm not too sure exactly what it is. I'm just going to draw. Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it. I'm just going to do what it looks like is there. Something like that. And this one's got like these weird like paddle rings. I don't know what those are. There, we'll do that. Okay, so for his crotch piece here, he does have a piece of leather hanging down. So we're going to do that. And then the actual armor, something like this. Okay, and so now we're going to draw his legs. So the legs are going to be pretty simple. It's basically armor. So this. Now add some detail in a second. I just wanted to just capture that real fast. And again, like his wrists, he's got those cool bracelets. Okay, so yeah, let's just finish the foot, and then I'll come back and add detail. We're almost done anyway, right? Might as well just keep it simple, keep it going. We'll do all the detail in a second. Let's just do it all. Let's finish it all up. Let's go ahead and add other part of his leg like this. And there's a reason I'm doing those little bumps like that, because he has a whole bunch of little, kind of like that, little piping all through. So I'm just kind of preparing for the way it's going to look. Okay, so now I'm going to add some detail. And that's kind of all I'm going to do, is just add extra little piping and design. Let's see if I can find the better pictures here that show where it is. There you go. So it's kind of like, see how I wanted it subtle, so I went with the smaller Sharpie to show like a different look, a different complement. But see how I'm kind of hitting where I did bumps to make it look a little different for that little piping look. And so let's see, he's got one down the middle, like this. Okay, so just something like that, just to give it a cool little extra feel to it. Let's see, so the middle one will go up like this, back. And, it's a different angle this way. Look at that little mistake I did. It's a different angle, so we're seeing a different side. Okay, oh, you know what? We gotta draw the teeth. With the bullets, whatever those are. Something like that. So for his foot, we're just gonna do some more piping across. Just to kind of show the design element of it. Okay, so something like that. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So real fast, just to make sure I didn't forget anything. There we go. Okay, so there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Kamen Rider Hibiki. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.